Hero Heal got a massive upgrade in the last update, so today we're going to put it to the maximum test by doing a triple hero charge attack. The healers got an upgrade in the February update, but it didn't boost the troop heal, it was +6 to hero heal. So let's do as many hero charges as possible in one attack and see if we can get some really nice 3 stars. As per usual with warden charge attacks, we are prioritizing the fireball with this one, but keep in mind you don't want to send your warden into an extremely high DPS part of the base because we need spells not just for the warden charge but for the queen charge and the royal champion charge as well, so you do need to be wary of that. So for me here, I want to get my fireball to this multi-inferno. We can take down most of the core of the base and it shouldn't take us too long to get there. There's not much damage on the way in, so pretty safe in totality. And then from there, I don't really plan where my queen charge is going at this point in time because I just want to see where my warden is and I want to be able to make decisions on the fly rather than being set into one thing and it potentially being not the best decision in 30 seconds time. Now, with this, time is critical, so you do not want to put your queen down with more than a minute 30, with less than a minute 30 left in the battle because, well, you don't have any rocket loons to clear up the base here. Your 4 heroes have to take down basically the entire base by themselves. Now, I'm being patient with this at the start. We are going to be able to clean up the base rather quickly, with all the spells we'll have, but you still don't want to take too long. So, Headhunter comes in to help with the king. That is a very low level king. I didn't actually notice that when I was hitting this live. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's all the same when you're using a headhunter on the warden charge. So we get the invis down here. Warden behaves very nicely for us. So we get a rage down for him. Keep in mind you've only got 2 rage spells, so make the most of them. But we get that down, headhunter to help out. And then I'm using the siege barracks. Now if you can get the flame flinger, go for it, it is better, but I do like the siege barracks and the king because they're going to tank so much for this queen charge, because queen charging, even if you set yourself an insane funnel, is still quite difficult. Keep in mind you don't have a million rage spells with this, so I like using the king and the siege barracks to tank. Now, I did not want the siege barracks to go inside the base here, I wanted just the queen to do that, but you know what, my fault for pathing it really poorly. So, whilst this is all going, I should have stopped this, because this is the problem with showing this army. There's so much happening at once. I'm looking out for my warden on the bottom side. Then with the royal champion, I put the rocket spear right away to clear out a lot of the outside defenses. Then we come in with the healers. I don't want to do the healers too early, because if the royal champion's not taking damage, then the healers are going to go elsewhere, and we need these healers to stay on the royal champion. She will get so much value if they do. Queen is still alive in the core of the base, and look at how many swag spells I have. This is so wrecked. This army is ridiculous. The 3 Yetis from the CC aren't even doing anything. They are completely swagged as well. I should probably switch them out for some Valks, but I mean, I didn't need them in the end anyway, right? This base here is extremely common. I've found it, I think, 5 times in the last day and a half, and I've been attacking with warden charge rocket balloons, and that army really struggles on this base because how are the rocket balloons meant to get any value? All the damage is on the very outside of the base, exactly where we're placing our rocket balloons. So let's see if we'll have a bit more luck here when we do 3 hero charges instead of 1. So with the fireball here, going for this expo because we'll get the CC and a nice array of defenses around down. I mean, good value, and an early fireball is always nice because the later you use the fireball, generally the more likely you are to fail, because the earlier you do it in the attack, the more time you can make use of the excellent funnel you've set. So the warden coming in here, pop the ability, bam, look at that. Super nice, and even better with all the storages here, it's keeping my warden away from this raged royal champion. So I don't want to rage my warden right now because then he's going to get into the damage more quickly. I'm just waiting for this rage spell to end. Now the rage spells last so long, I completely forget until I'm just dealing with a fire spitter for about 10 seconds there. So I'm waiting for this royal champion to come in. So I put down the rage just to help out, but also whilst this is happening right now, I've just put a loon down, so I am looking over here, but I'm figuring out the rest of my plan. So my best advice to you is if you need to multitask, put a rage spell down on your warden so that you're able to look away from him, because obviously if I put no spells on him and forget about him, he can die insanely quickly, and that's something I want to kind of talk about. because I do really like this army, but this army will never be meta in this sort of meta, and it's not necessarily because the army is bad, but multitasking in Clash of Clans right now is extremely difficult. For instance, warden charging at Town Hall 16, I could do it kind of easily. Now, I'm a bit more out of practice now than I used to be, but I do really struggle at the moment because there's so many major defenses on the base. Now, that is definitely a skill issue, but I think one of the problems with Town Hall 17 is the way that they've made Town Hall 17 more difficult is by making it way harder to multitask. They haven't made it necessarily harder to spam. They've made it harder to multitask, and the problem with that is you're just punishing good players and pushing them to use, well, noob strategy, like spam strategies, right? So at the moment, I'm kind of disincentivized from playing an army like this, whereas at Town Hall 16, I would have played this army and I feel like I wouldn't have been that much worse off than if I hadn't. And that's the problem with, yeah, they've added a lot more major defenses on the base. But for instance, Town Hall 10 was really difficult, but there wasn't that many major defenses on the base, and I kind of liked that. So, you know, there was a few things that you had to hard counter to get your 3-star, but if you did, you earned it. Now there's just so many different things to focus on all at once. I really like this Invis spell, by the way. That was deliberate because we were getting close on time there. Use the aura in your favor as she runs by all the things she can't target. This style of base is also really common at the moment with the Town Hall in the center with an Invis tower, but that sets up really well for our fireball attacks. Now, this is my free-to-play account, so I don't have max hero equipment like you saw in the last army. Still pretty high, obviously, but you're going to see the difference that it makes. And this is something else. I'm not going to rant too much in this video. I want you guys to enjoy the triple hero charge, but it shows the difference that pinging makes in Clash of Clans this army. Now, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with what I said in the last attack where I was saying, yes, it's better that the game is more difficult, but the way that the game is more difficult isn't necessarily healthy to promote a meta of difficult attack strategies, you know, like your Lalos, your Queen charges, even Warden charges to a lesser extent. Definitely if you're doing a triple hero charge. Now, with this attack here, we want to fireball the core, but one of the annoying things about this base style is your fireball and earthquakes obviously won't take the Town Hall down. So, unless you get a little lucky with pathing, often the warden will do the fireball in the center, take it all down, and then he'll never go near the center again because he will path away from it. So you do need to think of a way to get the Town Hall down, and that's why I like having the rocket spear in this army. It just gives you the flexibility to take down whatever building you want, whether it be the Town Hall, whether it be, I don't know, a monolith that's being really annoying. It's completely up to you. Using an Invis spell here, because that Town Hall hits so hard. The Warden steps in here. Now, I'm pretty sure the Warden does go for the Town Hall next, so I do get a little lucky with the way that he pathed. Yeah, you're going to see it here. Unfortunately, you know, he's completely selling his healers out here. Rip the healers, but not much you can do. I used the siege barracks over here to funnel, the king to funnel in the middle, because I didn't need the king and the siege barracks together, right? They could split up and do lots of value. Look at that, the king gets all of that. And we have the queen charge on the top side. Now, my warden does go down whilst I'm looking away. I mean, it is so hard to multitask this army. I'm doing so much at once here. Yeah. Definite skill issue. I'm not going to lie about that, but I genuinely, to all of you who genuinely think this is a big skill issue, I challenge you to try and 3-star with this army, because it definitely has the power, as you saw in the first attack, but it can also be a nightmare. Now, those two wall breakers you see on the top side, yeah, I'm going to regret them later. So I use the Royal Champion ability here because I can't get any of my cleanup down because the Royal Champion missed all of these Teslas. She comes back to finish the Teslas off, and you can see we can get all our cleanup down, trying the absolute best. We've got 4 swag spells. I've got a swag Queen ability as well. Royal Champion's all the way over here fighting skeletons. That Yeti Mite getting sprung was actually a good thing, but as you can see here, this attack strategy has a major problem. And it is time, and if your hero equipment is not maxed, you will feel the difference. And this is what I mean by you'll feel the difference. This is my free-to-play account. Now, I did a few bad attacks on this account, but look at it. Consistently high percents, but not enough to get the 3-star with this attack strategy. versus my account that isn't free to play, where I buy the event passes every single time. And have a look at this. Yes, it's still not perfect, and we still got a 99 in there, but it is considerably better. So that's my biggest advice for this army here. It's fun, and if you want to use it, use it. But if you don't have max hero equipment, you're gonna have to work for your triples, or if you're as bad as me, you might not get any triples with it at all.